Good afternoon, the executives of the City of Ottawa. Today, I and my colleague, my name is Larry Agbana, my colleague is Ram Reddy, and today we'll be discussing the addressing of the City of Ottawa complaints. Today, first, we'd like to introduce you to what these complaints are. So, across 2017 and 2018, we recorded about 600,000 complaints. And we highlighted in this chart, we can see the major complaints over the period of 2017 and 2018. The number one complaint that was recorded was roads and transportation related issues. The second is the garbage and recycling issues. And the third are bylaw services issues. As you can see from the chart, over the 2 years addressed here, they account for most of the complaints, well over 60% of the total complaints. And when we look at these issues on an annual basis, we see that the complaints in the city of Ottawa peak in the summer months between the periods of May all the way to August. And over the next slides, we're going to dig deeper into why this is the case and what we should do about this phenomenon. So, as we stated already, the top three issues, roads and transportation, which accounts for about 238,000 of the complaints. And the garbage and recycling issues account for about 150,000. The bylaw services account for about 82,000 of the complaints issued. When we look at the distribution of these complaints across the wards, we see that Somerset, Rideau Vanier, Somerset, and Kishizibi represent the top three wards with the highest number of complaints. And as we move along, we will see why this is the case. The main channel people issue complaints are calls directed to the city. Now, when we try to understand why these words represent the top three for the complaints, we see that there is a certain visual correlation between the population densities of these wards and the number of complaints that are received from these wards. So, Rideau Vanier is the second most dense ward, and they account for the highest number of complaints across this time period with about 41,000 complaints. And Somerset is the most dense ward in Ottawa, and it accounts for the second total number of complaints. Kitchissibee as the third number, the fourth number most density in Ottawa, and accounts for the third most number of complaints with about 33,000. Now that we understand the reason why, let's look into the top three complaints already highlighted. The first being roads and transportation in 2017. We see the reason why most people call in regarding roads and transportation as issues related to parking control, road maintenance issues, traffic operations issues. And now, when we look into the wards in 2017, again, the same pattern shows. Somerset shows the most number of complaints of about 11,427 complaints. Rideau Vanier trailing second, almost 10,000 complaints. And the capital region accounting for almost 8,000 complaints. And when we look into the 2018 numbers, we see the same issues, the same reasons for complaints are consistent: road maintenance, traffic operations, and parking control. And we see the same pattern in terms of the top five wards, with Somerset leading the way with almost 11,000 complaints, Rideau Vanier, Kechisibi, Capital, and College. When we dig deeper into these complaints, when we dig deeper into the reasons for these complaints, we see parking control, which would be overtime parking, uh, based on the location of these wards. Parking shortages will lead people to parking in other people's designated parking, so that needs to be addressed. But the major sticking point, the most critical issue here is the road traveled surface. So this could potentially be potholes that are not fixed in time, or delayed snow removal, slippery roads, etc. Further investigation will be needed here. And now we'll move on to bylaw services. We see bylaw services, the typical reason for calling in a noise, property standards, animals, and we see the same pattern again in 2017. It's the same top five awards that lead in this category: Rideau Vanier, Somerset, Capital, Kichisibi, and College. When we look into 2018, similar issues, similar reasons for calling in, with the same uh, top five wards leading the pack. When we dig deeper into bylaw services, we see the main or leading type of complaint is loud music. We also see other issues related to animals, so with dog barking. Other type of complaints are the property standards, so debris being dumped in places they probably shouldn't, people not maintaining the exterior looks of their property. And now, when we move forward into garbage and recycling incidents, in 2017, we see some of the major challenges. The major topics here is organic wastes being dumped, garbage waste being dumped. Again, we look at the wards that are typically associated with these issues, as the same ones: Kichisibi, College, Rio Vanier, Capital, and Somerset. When we look into 2018, we see the same complaints are pretty much, they stay the same: organics, garbage waste, and the same wards also are involved. Now, we've stated the main wards and the main issues. What do we recommend to address these issues? The first recommendation that we have for you is, in January, ensure that the roads are addressed, especially in the most populous and dense areas. To deal with the loud music and animal noises, we suggest introducing or enforcing fines, introducing more visual notices in the major neighborhoods such as Rideau Vanier, Somerset, and College. And our last recommendation is to increase dumpsters in the most affected neighborhoods to collect garbage. Also, educate residents on improved recycling, and also enforce fines for wrongful garbage disposal. In conclusion, we suggest and recommend that the City of Ottawa should proactively address these main issues highlighted in the most affected wards to limit the number of future complaints. Thank you very much. Now we'll open the floor for questions.